I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't.
What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. We're going to get into the Royal Rumble from January the 31st, 2026. The Royal Rumble is officially over and done with, and we are officially on the road to WrestleMania. Overall, this was not a good Royal Rumble. WWE didn't give us really any big surprises at all. Triple H lied to us as per usual. That's what he does, because he's a liar, he's a fraud, he's a deceiver, he's a shapeshifter, he's a chameleon. That's just who Triple H is. No surprises. However, I did enjoy the outcomes of the Rumble matches. I enjoyed those. Saudi Arabia should be ashamed of itself. It took them a month to build this venue, and it felt like, when it looked like half of the arena was empty, and that's not good. It was packed. It was 20,000 strong in there, but you couldn't tell, and that is not good. So Saudi should really be ashamed of themselves. That was not a good look. I was like, what the hell's going on here? I don't understand. And the Saudi crowd really didn't react to much of anything. They really didn't, right? Like, that crowd was just so lifeless. But then again, you gotta realize Saudi only gets WWE twice a year. Here in the States, we get it weekly, every single week. In the UK, WWE goes to the UK about four to five times a year. Same with Canada. So, But Saudi, just for whatever reason, this time they didn't bring it, which is not good. I thought the Saudi crowd would have been a little bit more enthusiastic, but it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and get into the Royal Rumble review. I'm going to do the men's and women's Rumbles last, so, because I want to talk about and spend some time on those. So let's start with Gunther versus AJ Styles. Gunther defeats AJ Styles, and he ends the in-ring career of AJ Styles. This was a decent match. Gunther tried pretty hard here, sending with AJ Styles. Styles losing was the right decision. I didn't think that they were going to have AJ lose. I thought that maybe he was going to sign an extension and be with WWE up until WrestleMania, but it's not the case. AJ losing makes perfect sense. I think where he goes is probably going to be TNA briefly, just to do a program with Mike Santana and Leon Slater, and then from there he'll probably do something with New Japan and AEW. So AJ Styles going to TNA briefly would actually make sense, but AJ Styles ending his career in New Japan / AEW is basically just chef's kiss, and I think that's what's going to end up happening. We had AJ Styles in WWE for a decade, which was great. Clearly, when he first came in, I thought that Vince was going to only keep him there for like 3 years, but thankfully he survived for 10 years, and I think that's great. I think it is great. The only matches I want to see AJ have in AEW are AJ and Kenny Omega, AJ and MJF, AJ Samoa Joe, AJ Will Ospreay, and AJ Okada, and AJ Takeshita. That's it. Those are the only matches I want him to have in AEW, right? AJ should be saved for big shows, right? They're big four. Double or Nothing, Revolution, which is where I think he will show up. So I do think come Revolution, we'll end up seeing AJ Styles in AEW, right? It makes the most sense. So there's that. The match itself was pretty decent. Gunther was pissed off after AJ kicked out of the powerbomb. He ended up beating his ass. The official was about to DQ him, but Gunther kept on coming back and beating up AJ and stuff, hitting a bunch of chops and punches. AJ ended up hitting a Styles Clash in the match. Gunther kicked out. The finish came when Gunther locked in the sleeper and AJ passed out. So that's fine, I guess. It is what it is. Clearly, Triple H, for whatever reason, loves him some Gunther. I'm like, I don't get it. Again, I'm a fan of Gunther in ring-wise, but everything else, character-wise, no. And promo, he's okay. But everything else, just no. Gunther's not the guy. He's not the guy that you build the company around. He's just not it. And I was kind of scared, spoiler alert, thinking that he was going to win the Royal Rumble when he came in at number 30. But thankfully, it didn't happen. So thank God for that. So post-match, AJ Styles takes it all in. He ends up greeting one of the TNA officials, head officials. I can't remember his name, but he was greeted by AJ Styles. So AJ gets a really good reaction from the Saudi crowd. He's about to take off his gloves, but the crowd can't know, so he doesn't. And then he just does his hand gesture, and really good stuff there. So I do like that. Makes perfect sense. AJ does the too sweet, and that was it. So this makes sense. We'll probably see AJ more than likely at pop up in TNA for a little while, and then from there he'll go to AEW / New Japan. So that's fine. Moving on from that, this leads us into Drew McIntyre defeating Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Undisputed Championship. This match was okay. We've seen it multiple times. We knew Sami going into this thing was not going to win anyway. Drew just got the title. So this match was okay. So Sami ended up hitting a super kick. Drew kicked out at 2. Then Drew hit a Claymore. Sami kicked out. He got his foot on the rope. Drew was pissed off there. Then they proceeded to fight on the outside for a brief moment. Drew ended up hitting a powerbomb through the announce table. Then he ended up hitting Sami Zayn with another Claymore kick. Sami Zayn was still standing. Drew ended up mouthing some words to Sami Zayn, telling him to look at him. Then he ended up hitting the second Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre retains. This makes perfect sense. This is fine. Clearly, this is just going to set up for Sami Zayn winning next year at Mania, where he will end up being world champion, more than likely. Which to me is fine. As long as it's the World Heavyweight Championship and not the WWE Championship. But you never can tell. But again, this is fine. Really good shit here. Both guys brought it. And I do think that how the men's Royal Rumble played out, we are going to get Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu triple threat. I see it going in that direction. It's the seeds were planted, basically. The seeds were planted. All right, let's go ahead and get into the women's Royal Rumble. This was the first match of the night. Liv Morgan wins the women's Royal Rumble. We're going to go over the participants. Number 1 was Charlotte Flair. Number 2, Alexa Bliss. Number 3, Kiana James. Number 4, Nia Jax. Number 5, Ivy Nile. Number 6 was Lola Bice from NXT, which is cool. Candice LeRae was number 7. Number 8 was Jordynne Grace. Number 9 was Becky Lynch, who got eliminated by Natalya, which was dumb as hell. I'm like, what the fuck? But it is what it is. Number 10 was Sol Ruca. Number 11 was Roxanne Perez. Number 12 was Maxine Dupree. Number 13 was Natalya. Number 14, Liv Morgan. Number 15 was Lash Legend. Number 16 was Zelina Vega. Spoiler alert, her husband, Aleister Black, was not in the men's Royal Rumble, which was dumb, but it is what it is. Number 17 was Raquel Rodriguez. Number 18 was Chelsea Green. Number 19 was Julia. Number 20 was Io Sky. 21 was Asuka. 22 was Rhea Ripley. 23 was Bayley. 24 was JC Jane, which was great. 25 was Nikki Bella. 26 was Lyra Valkyria. 27, Kalani Jordan. 28, Kairi Sane. 29, Brie Bella. So she got a really good reaction. And number 30 was Tiffany Stratton. So we didn't really have any real surprises. We got like 6 NXT call-ups, which is fine. Tiffany Stratton being number 30 is kind of odd, but not really. She was in the final 3. It came down to her, Sol Ruca, and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan ended up turning on Raquel Rodriguez. There was no Iron Woman in this thing. Lash Legend eliminated some really good people in the match. She eliminated Io and people like that. Rhea ended up eliminating Lash Legend. So hopefully sometime in the future we'll get that'll lead to something, but I doubt it. But I would love to see Rhea versus Lash Legend. I think that would be a great WrestleMania match at some point in time. So I do like that. That was some good shit there. The Bella showing back up, just basically just to make the tag division feel quote unquote special and important, but it really doesn't. So Ruka had a really good showing in this match as well. She came in the final 3. She ended up eliminating JC Jane, which was great. That was cool there. JC Jane had a good showing in this match too. And then it came down to Liv Morgan winning. She won. So that makes perfect sense. So Liv Morgan winning, smart move. But it begs the question, does Stephanie Vacker versus Liv Morgan, does that seem to you like a WrestleMania match? The answer is no. Or if you do Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan, does that feel like a WrestleMania match? The answer is no. Those matches feel like matches that could take place on television, Raw or SmackDown. So I don't know, but Liv Morgan winning, to me, again, it makes sense. We don't know what they're going to do for Mania when it comes to the women. They could very well do a triple threat. Basically, I could see that happening. Basically, where we do Rhea, Stephanie Vacker, and Liv Morgan, maybe. I don't know. I want them to avoid triple threats, but it seems like that's what they're going to end up doing. Because I don't see Liv and Stephanie Vacker just being a big-time match. It's just not. It's same with Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan. I just don't see those matches as must-see, as big. I don't. So, it is what it is. It sucks that Bianca Belair was not there, but I figured she wasn't going to be there anyway. We don't know when we'll see Bianca. Maybe she'll show up on Smackdown or something. I don't know. Maybe she'll be at the Chamber. I have no idea. So, whatever. So, that's fine. Moving on. This leads us into the main event of the evening, which was the Men's Royal Rumble. And that was won by Roman Reigns, which was excellent. And I don't think that was a Triple H call at all. I think that was a Rock call. I think The Rock stepped in on that one. And it makes sense. It really does make sense. There were not really any massive surprises in the Men's Royal Rumble. Just like the women, right? We did get a couple of AAA guys in the match. So, I mean, that's fine. It is what it is. Obafemi was the first entrant. Number 2 was Braun Breaker. He ended up getting attacked by a masked man, a hooded figure. He ended up getting curb stomped. And then he threw him back into the ring. Oba eliminated Braun Breaker, which is fine. So Paul Heyman, he basically was pissed the fuck off with this. He was screaming at referees and everything else, so that's fine there. Clearly we know that the masked man was Seth Rollins. Clearly this sets up for Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania 42. I'm fine with that. Good shit there. We don't need to see Braun and Oba just yet. Although, the future of the business is going to be Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Jacob Fatu. It's so many guys. Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Logan Paul, Javon Evans, Obafemi, Jacob Fatu. Like, those are going to be your top guys, your top players in the future. So, yeah. That's great. Solo Sikoa was number 3. Who cares? Number 4 was Rey Mysterio. Number 5 was Rusev. Oba got a bunch of eliminations in here. I think he had maybe 7 or 8 eliminations, so he was the Iron Man in this thing. Number 6 was Matt Cardona. Number 7, Damian Priest. Number 8, Javon Evans. Number 9, Mr. Iguana from AAA, which was great. He got no reaction. Number 10, Trick Williams. He got a massive reaction, so Trick is massively over. Number 11 was Cody Rhodes. Number 12 was El Grande Americana. Number 13 was the original El Grande Americana, which is basically Chad Gable. Who cares? Number 14 was Powerhouse Hobbs, also known as Royce Keys. Royce is the name of his son. Will Hobbs didn't need to be in this thing, but it is what it is. He got no reaction, so whatever. We'll probably see him on NXT this upcoming Tuesday, so we should see him there. But to me, this is a waste of Powerhouse Hobbs, in my opinion. He didn't need to be in that spot. You could have had Finn Balor in that spot, but it is what it is. Moving on. Austin Theory was number 15. Number 16 was Bronson Reed. Number 17, Ilya Dragunov. Number 18, La Parker from AAA. He got no reaction. Number 19, Dragon Lee. Number 20, Logan Paul. 21 was LA Knight. He eliminated the rest of the division minus Logan Paul. So clearly that's what LA Knight's going to be doing come WrestleMania 42. which is fine. So, number 22 was Brock Lesnar. So the crowd popped big on that one. Brock did really well here. So Brock eliminated a bunch of guys. 23 was The Miz. Brock and Oba had a really good stare down. The Miz was about to get into the ring, and then he ended up hauling ass, which was hilarious. 24 was Rey Fenix. 25 was Jey Uso, and Oba Femi ended up getting eliminated by Brock Lesnar during Jey Uso's entrance. That pissed me the fuck off. Fuck Jey Uso. I am so tired of Jey Uso doing that dumbass eat shit. It's pathetic. 26 was Roman Reigns. 27 was Jacob Fatu. 28 was Penta. 29, Randy Orton, and number 30 was Gunther. So Roman Reigns ended up winning, which makes perfect sense. I do like that. Right decision. The final four came down to Randy Orton, Gunther, Logan Paul, and Roman Reigns. Logan Paul was eliminated by Roman Reigns. Randy Orton was eliminated by Gunther, and Roman Reigns eliminated Gunther to win the men's 2026 Royal Rumble, which was perfect. So this is a smart decision. Why? Because this clearly is going to set up for Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania 43, and this gets us Roman Reigns and CM Punk this year. So this is why I'm excited for this. And this is really the only time that you can do Punk and Roman. So kudos for that. And that's probably a Rock. That's probably a decision from The Rock, right? Not from Triple H, right? It's from The Rock. Like, Triple H had nothing to do with this shit. And if Gunther would have won the Royal Rumble, I would have been pissed as fuck. I really would have been pissed as fuck. I have no idea what Gunther's going to do for WrestleMania. Don't really care. I think we've got Brock and Oba. That's going to be fucking tremendous right there. We didn't get any surprises for the men's Royal Rumble, which to me is fine, I guess. Clearly, we're going to see Chris Jericho, like I said, on Monday for Raw in Philadelphia. We'll see him there. LA Knight will probably do some stuff with the Vision. We're going to get Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, because clearly we know that was Seth Rollins who showed up there as the masked man, which is fine. So, good stuff. Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble was the right decision for the men. For the women, Liv Morgan, that's fine. But again, what do you do with Liv Morgan? I forgot to mention Cody Rhodes got eliminated by Drew McIntyre. So clearly that's what they're going for WrestleMania. It's basically already, the Easter eggs have already been planted, basically. The seeds have already been planted and watered. And it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu. So that's where that's going. So, whatever. AJ Styles retiring, that's fine. We'll see him in TNA / WWE / AEW / New Japan. So, that's fine. That's what's next on his horizon. And the Women's Royal Rumble was okay. Well, again, with Liv Morgan winning, that's fine. But what do you do with her? Like, again, her and Jade Cargill or her and Stephanie Baker just don't feel like like WrestleMania worthy matches. It's just something that you would do on television, but it is what it is. But what did you guys think of the Royal Rumble? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.